All right, let's see. Going to get back into my game. Documents. So, where did we leave off? I didn't realize the time. I'd like to, my goal right now is to get enemies working. And we're going to do some really simple stuff with enemies first, but get enemies working. And what we'll do is, let's just focus on that. That's going to be my task for the next hour or so. And then I'm probably going to call it a day. I've been programming for a while now, and I'm kind of tired. So, where did we leave off? We have a player, we have physics, we have collision detection, we even have shooting, and we have a health bar. Tomorrow I'm going to focus on the game loop itself, so I can die right now, and then the game sort of stops. I will figure out how to work on this a little bit more tomorrow, but that's something I want to do with a fresh head. What would be cool is if the player, maybe I can restart the game. Let's add that in real quick, because now that you can die, restart the game. Now that you can die, it would probably help to restart things. And then what I'm going to do real quick, well, I can't even like run this anymore. I was just going to do a quick tweet. For LD Jam, just setting out a tweet. Twitter. All right, so back on Twitch for the next hour. Working on my Pixel Vision idea for, I'm gonna watch me add enemies. Live at Twitch TV. All right, cool. So, all right, we'll start by just warming back up and restarting the game. So all I need to do here is just see in the where did I put this thing? On update here, if the player is nil, what we want to do is else. We're going to look for the start button. You know what I also want to add in while I'm at it? Add in color swapping. Add in GBC color swapping. All right. I want to do else button start release. What we're going to do is we're just going to create a new player. So let's do this. We're going to create a new function, create player. Hoot de Grooten. What I'm going to do is I'm just taking the logic that hard code's creating a new player, and I'm just moving it into its own function, because now what we could do is start setting up the foundation for actually starting the game correctly. So let's just die and see what happens. So all right, if I restart, I hit A, and then that should restart the whole game. Okay, I see what's going on. So when we create the player, what we want to do is set the speed to 100. Create player, speed equals 100, or whatever the speed will be. It doesn't really matter. So let's do this. We're gonna hide that, and now we'll set the speed to 0. I'm just starting to get this, like, I'm getting like the basic stuff in. So now if I hit start, our player pops down, and we should be able to. Saved you from a loud sneeze. We should be able to just restart the game and start it and stop it as to be expected. So if I hit start again, it'll come back in, and we should be sort of good to go. Now, one thing that I want to do, which is just sort of would help, is that collision delay for the player. We're going to do player, when we create the player, collision delay equals 0. And that'll at least give you, if you do fall, and the game has started, at least you fall into where the, oh, it's like really choppy right now. Let's see if we die here. What we want to do is we'll have it where you, when you fall, you're at least a little bit invincible when you restart the game. I haven't fully decided. I think that when you do die, I'm probably going to end the game and go to a different screen. Nope, that didn't work at all. Cool. I have to do it after I add the collision. There we go. Hey! Well, you can't hear me, so... all right, so we'll start this out. All right, so now, why isn't it restart correctly? Player.collision delay. Bar? Okay. That's kind of weird. The player, by setting this, it should... -10. Why is he not... Whoa, that was weird. Why the hell did that die like that? All right, well, forget it. I'll deal with that later. Basically, what I want is that when you start the game, it should go down. Now, I'm just gonna do one little thing just to. I feel like I gotta like wake up a little bit, then I'll get back into the flow of things. Let's. Why can't I remember these settings? I'm gonna go into the sprites, and also I'm gonna go into the tile map PNG. I did restart my computer, so things should run a little faster. Nope, Photoshop is still running like crap. I think it's something to do with this resolution. I don't think it likes this resolution my monitor is running at. But that's fine. Oh, come on, Photoshop. So kind of what I was thinking was something like this, where when you start the game, I don't know. I'll have to. So, all right, if you're tuning in, I just thought I'd take a quick moment. This is going to look a little stupid, but what we should be able to do is at least you'll get, I see what happened. I didn't put it in correct position. Let me get it on the grid. Jump and shoot man, which is basically all he can do, is just jump and shoot. Hey, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. We'll restart the game. Jump and shoot man. I'll just move this back. I'm gonna clean up all this stuff tomorrow. I just wanted to like. I'm just starting to get like a feel for what I want the game loop to look like. So you'd have something like this, right? Like jump and shoot man. We start the game and boom, we go like right into it and everything sort of works. And then if we die, let's see. Once we die, it'll basically restart if we hit start again and you're still in the game. So, all right, and that's literally all the guy can do is he can just jump and shoot. Jump and shoot, man. All right, so what I'm going to add next is going to be enemies. Now, let's see how we can go about doing this. I think the best way for us to do it is going to be, we'll get this, we'll open up this flag. We'll open up this flag layer, and then I need the actual reference images. I'm gonna tomorrow when I do the tile map stuff, I'll fix all this, but what I want to do is I need to get, let's see, where did we leave off here? We'll go back into the spawner. We have configure entity. Configure player. I think what I want to do is I'm going to move all this stuff out of this class. And we're going to create a new file, and we're going to call this code entities.lua and paste it down, and then we'll just add this to here. All right, let's just make sure I didn't break anything. Basically, what I wanted to do is just make sure that it's just, I'm trying to get these Lua classes to be as small as possible. Well, they're not even really classes. These like Lua scripts. Do I need? I think I can actually make that. I want to fix the scope on that. If you're just tuning in, this is my Ludum Dare game, Jump and Shoot Man, which is now broken. Code collision. I guess it required that because it loops through that. Oh yeah, right. The collision stuff needs it. So all you could do is jump and shoot. And what I was trying to do is I'm trying to combine Mega Man with an endless runner, which is sort of like two genres that don't really work. And that's sort of the theme for Ludum Dare. My plan. My long-term plan for the game jam, which is only 2 days left, is to turn this into a turn-based game. And what would happen is that this would just run for a few minutes and then it would pause itself. Or it would run for like a second and pause itself, and you would feed it in commands. and you'd sort of have to come up with like a little bit of a strategy to survive the gauntlet of randomly generated levels. And I thought it'd be kind of cool to like mix Mega Man with a turn-based roguelike. So I don't know how that's going to work out. We'll see. I don't even know if I have time to build it, but right now we're going to just add in some basic enemies, and where, I guess that was in the code map buffer. Process tiles. So question, what IDE am I using? Yes, so this is Game Creator Pro, which is it's a fantasy game console that I created, and there's a free version, there's a paid version. I'm using the Pro version because I wrote it, and it's basically, it's sort of like Pico 8. It's designed to allow you to build fantasy games or fantasy game console stuff. But what's cool about it is that you can actually change the specs. So this game, for example, I have it set up where I've gone in, I've configured everything to be to basically be a Game Boy, and it's more like a simulation. But all right, what I want to do, since I'm testing everything out here, is let's come back into here, and what I want to do is create, I'll just automatically create the player when we start, just because I don't want to keep like having to start it over and over again. All right, so the last guy that we created, I was just looking at this. What I was trying to figure out was process tiles, spawn entity. I'm going to move this into here, or into the entities list. And then this is just a lookup table that I have, and we'll just make this global. All right, let's just make sure I didn't break anything. Oh yeah, I didn't put any info below, but code map. I have to like sit down and go through my Twitch page and clean things up. Code map buffer 49. Let me guess, it didn't like that idea of mine. I guess because it's some whatever, we can just do this. What I just wanted to do is I didn't feel like I just want to keep all the entities in like one place, so it's just easy for me to manage. And I'll just keep this lookup table here. So it's a little bit of a disconnect, but it's fine. So we have life, energy, cannon, enemy A, B, C. All right, so let's work on enemy A. I don't really know what enemy A is going to be. What do we have here? I think the first enemy that we should probably do is just the snake. That's going to be the easiest guy. So let's just call this Snake. Snake Plissken. And we're going to create a new... Let's see, where is the player? Because he has a lot of this stuff in here. All right, we're going to copy the player out, and we're going to create configure entity snake. And what I'm hoping is that we could do a pretty neat trick where, since the level is automatically moving, well, now it isn't, but since the level's automatically moving, I'm probably not going to move the bad guys. And it's more about like timing your jumps and getting over the obstacles correctly. I'm going to put spikes and stuff at the top. Like there's going to be a lot more to this. This is just really, like right now, it's just, I didn't really design much of anything. I'd say it's hardly even a game. What I want to do is These are the frames. SB sprites. There should be a snake. Why is there no snake 1? Okay. Sprite builder. Snake 2. I guess I never outputted it. So if Photoshop could run any slower, it might be going backwards in time. Let's see if we can get this. All right, so that one already works, right? I must have screwed up the naming of this when I was cutting them up. Oh, interesting. The snake doesn't have... The snake is the same graphic? Really? No, his tail moves. So why didn't that copy? His tail is flat. His tail should be up. I guess I wasn't paying attention. Very subtle animation work done by... oh, there we go. He moves back a little bit. All right. 2D Pixels on Twitter. He did the artwork for this stuff. Andrew. He did a really good part. I'm gonna be releasing this as a art pack so that people can make their own little Mega Man style game. Let's see. What I'm probably going to wind up doing is scaling this down a little bit. But then, you know, the full art pack will have like everything. Okay, so I need to re-import this guy. Let's see how this works. Do we have enough sprites? The snake shouldn't be too many sprites. There he is. Let's go to the builder and see if it added. Perfect. It added snake 1. Unfortunately, I'm not going to. Some of this like press for time. I'm not going to explain sort of how all this stuff works. If you watch my normal stream, I usually go through like how I'm doing stuff and how this stuff works. So sorry. This is like there's not a lot of time for this game jam, and I think soon my kids are probably going to come up anyways for bedtime. So I'm probably going to have to stop streaming. All right, so this guy is basically the size. Is basically his own, is the full size. So we'll take this logic here and we'll set his width and height. His total health will be 2, 2. I don't know what I want to do the draw offset yet. Color offset's fine. These are the frames of his animation. This is the common frame stuff. And I don't think I'm going to add him to the physics engine. I don't see the real reason to. But let's just see if we can get this working. So right now, this should be 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I come into here to the flags, and I go to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I copy this and paste it down, what's going to happen is I'm going to put this to number 2. Let's get rid of this, and I'll paste this down here. So like Pixel Vision 8 will go through and like read the color data and convert it into collision flags, and then I can read those flags when the game loads up. Oh, we need to change the script. Where's the tile map buffer? We'll set this to template 2. I came up with this pretty interesting system where basically at the top is the streaming area. That's like the map as you see it. And on the bottom are these like sections of the tile map. And what's going to wind up happening is that it just randomly chooses any one of these sections and sort of builds a never-ending level for you. All right, let's run this and see if our snake gets spawned. There we go. There's our snake. Hey, buddy. Looking good. Oh, something broke. Code spawner. 41. Remove entity. Wonder why that, I killed it. Alright, they have to move, so that didn't work out the way I thought it would. Yeah, they're gonna have to move, because if they're moving at the same speed as, like, it's one thing for the turrets to be fixed, but they just look stupid. Alright, so let's go and take a look at our bullets here. And what we're going to do is spawn entity. What we're going to look for is if uses scroll action, if entity has frames. The next thing we're going to look for is if the entity has, if use scroll off screen entity remove, else do all this stuff, right? So this basically call any attached action, right? Then what we're going to do is move entity, and then the last is animate the entity. So in order to move the entity, all we're going to look for is if entity dot speed is not set to nil, then end let's see, what we should look for is how do I might just want to use the action, and because it works fine for, let's do this, action, time, and delay. I've tried to like come up with this like pretty generic system for how like entities work. This is probably like the cleanest of the versions I've written. At least he's like a really good salesman. I feel bad. He's deaf, so he doesn't hear half of the stuff that I say about him when I do praise him. So, but he's gonna go on and sell everyone about my game engine. So that's good. Very happy customer. All right, so action delay time. What we're gonna do is 0.1. The action delay is gonna be 0.1. And then all we're going to do is take the data x equals data x minus 1. This isn't gonna work very well. I gotta take a look at this for a second, because he's not moving. I mean, for the purposes of this, it's probably fine. I just want to double check that I run through. I've run out of sprites. How did I run out of sprites? Why isn't that's interesting. What happened to my what happened to my health bar? Well, all right. So all right. At least they're moving right now. That looks really cool. Just wondering about the idle, as it would be good if you could include the resolution of the. Oh yeah, I can make it. I can make it bigger. Usually, I stream at a lower resolution. Oh wait, which ID? The one in the back with the text. I can make this thing bigger. Is that what you want to see? Because it's Ludum Dare and I'm trying to just like get stuff done as quickly as possible, I didn't really set my resolution to a point where like you can watch. Let's see. So let's set this guy to 2 and see how that works. It looks so good. It's starting to feel like a game. Yeah, okay, that's what was missing. Like now that we have like variable speed of enemies coming after you, it works out well. Let me see something here. Is this guy like really big or something? He's just for sprites. I don't know. Interesting. All right, I'll have to. I don't know where. Like all of a sudden, I lost. Oh, you know what it is? I know what happened. I know why I lost it. Where the hell is the meter? I changed the graphic by like 1 pixel up. Oh my god, Photoshop. I'm just gonna like, when this is done, there we go, wake me up. Alright, I just gotta rebuild the sprite map now. There we go, that should fix the, there we go, hey. Alright, so what I want to get done, let's see here. We've added enemies, or added an enemy. Get enemies working. Actually, I'm not gonna close it out. I'll keep that open because we're working on it. We can restart the game, which we did do. I feel like we've added in the Rex and all the stuff that we need for right now. So let's close at this Pomodoro, and then the other thing that I wanted to do was kill enemies. I think I disabled. No, I must have enabled the collision stuff. So let's see. How do we kill? How do we kill? All right, I gotta go to the bullets. On bullet collision, right? So if target equals live, so then what we'll do is target b dot life. I'm like an idiot. I hate, like, my inability to spell stuff is counterproductive to the job that I do. Does anything have a life here? Health. Let's just keep everything consistent. That's another thing I do that's awful. Like I don't keep things consistent. All right, health, remove. If it's health equals target a attack. And here, when we create a bullet, we'll do data attack value equals 1. And in here, we'll do data attack value equals 2. We'll do balancing later. What I wanted to get to is the point of when the player has a collision, what should happen is if b dot attack value and target b attack value or 1. All right, so if it doesn't have a attack value, we'll just use 1 as the default. So what's happening is, like, whenever the player collides with something, this gets called and it's going to pull out target B's attack value, so that those cannon shots will be a little bit more powerful. And then the snake will just have an attack value of 1. We'll leave it by default, but the snake will have health, and when the health goes low, it'll kill the it'll kill that entity. So let's see how that works out. All right, that didn't. Is that colliding? Hold on, let's see something here real quick. First off, I run through this cannon, and that took off a good amount of health. Now, why aren't these guys dying? Are the bullets added to the collision? Yeah, bullet is the player. Where is my bullet? Configure cannon. Bullet. Why do I have 2 bullets? All right. Next, what I need to do is code collision. On collision. All right, so the bullet doesn't have a on collision. Let's see here. So what we're going to do is if target be health, so what we'll do here is target b dot health will equal target b dot health minus target a attack value, right? And we'll make that equal to 1. And then if target A, all right, sorry, if target B dot health is less than or equal to 0, oh, we can just mark this as target B dot hide collision we'll flag this to be removed, set to true. Let's see if this works. I think like I got enough of a system in place now that like, nope, doesn't like that at all. Now, why does it stop at the cannon and the bullet, but not, what am I missing here? Cannon, sprite data, offset. What am I missing here? Collision time. Everything should have collision. That's not what I'm looking for. If a bullet hits target B, width and height. All right, let's do this. We're going to get rid of the player's collision real quick. And see if we can work through what the hell's going on here. Attempt to compare two nil values. Code 135. 135. Oh, right. Okay. Ugh, I gotta like turn off a lot of stuff. All right. So now nothing should hurt the player. And what I want to test is collision. Terminal. Let's open up the log. So it's saying that there's a bullet collision on bullet collision. Target B. I think I'm putting this in the wrong place, is probably the case. So, I think that's what we want to do. So if target B's health is less than this, remove, and we'll just call this kill target B. Die! All right, so let's get rid of this. What I want to do was take this out. I already had this. Okay, I'm very tired. I've been up since like 3:30, 4:30 this morning writing this thing. So I'm going to wrap once I get this working with the yeah, look at him die. Look at that. That's awesome. All right, what we also want to do is when a bullet collides with this thingy, we also want to set target A remove to true, because we'll get rid of, so this will remove the bullet, remove the target. There we go. Oh. Code spawner, Lua 41. Huh. It's not equal nil. I don't know. Something is... It's trying to... I have like a pretty convoluted system for removing entities because they're shared across like a few different tables, and I should really consolidate this. Are we using Love? No, we're using this is Pixel Vision 8, which is a fantasy console that I've written, and I see what's going on. I don't like. It's weird that you can just like lay down fire. Right? And like just keep clearing your path. So that's a gameplay mechanic we'll have to use. This is Pixel Vision 8. I was sort of talking about it earlier. It's a fantasy game console that I wrote. So it's built on C#, and then I have a scripting language, a scripting layer for Lua on top of it, and then there's a dedicated tool for just using Lua called the Game Creator. So, all right. So that's something that's interesting. So you really what I wonder what we should do is I wonder if we should add energy to the player. That might be a good balance. I don't know. I'm really sorry. I'm like burping a lot. It's probably pretty gross to listen to. I made shashuka for dinner, and apparently it wants to come back up. I think like in the vein of Mega Man, having your like weapon drain over time would be kind of interesting, and it would force you to conserve bullets And then sometimes when you shoot stuff, it'll randomly drop out an energy pack. So I think let me write that down so I don't forget it in case all of a sudden I get distracted. Ludum dare. What are we doing here? Add energy meter to limit player shooting. Sure, why not? So, what we can do for something like that. I don't know if I have enough sprites. I guess I do. I got 40 sprites. So we're hovering in around like 12, 20 at the most, right? So we just have to be really careful of that. Am I counting that at the right time? Draw text. Oh yeah, here. See, this needs to be here. And then it should count. See, look, now we're at 25, 26, 20, 30. Ugh, Game Boy. You have like... You don't have enough sprites for this. What I wonder what we could do is... I wonder if we can combine the health and this bar and just basically like have half of it be your energy, half of it be your health. I don't know. Let me see if I draw another meter. Let's see here. How can I offset this? Basically, we can pass in this meter position. Can't you put the health box into the background? Although it might look a little weird. But it's 6 sprites. Yeah, it can't go in the background because the background's moving. That's the problem. Welcome to the joys of simulating an old console. I'll get it to work. That's like the least of my problems. Making this into like a fun game is going to be like problem number 1. But I definitely think I need to limit this stuff. Like I said, I can always combine the. I can always combine it. There's a lot of stuff. I could always make the like the way that these things really did it was I can make the health bars horizontal. And then split the screen so like it's not rendering at a certain part of the screen. That's sort of how they did a lot of the UI stuff on the original Nintendo anyways. Meter position, health meter position. And then what we'll do is we'll call this energy meter position. And instead of X, let's make this 16, 20, 24, 20. My jam's playing. I don't know, I got some like random shit playing in my ears. You guys don't hear, I don't force you to listen to my music. That's sort of our agreement here is that I'll listen to whatever crap I want to and you can listen to your own crap. All right, we're like at the sprite limit basically. That stinks. I mean, one way I could do it is I could combine... If I combined the, I could combine them into like one bar. You know what? Let's research time. So cool when it works. Let me see. How do I want to do this? Let's go to Chrome. Let's look at Mega Man for the Game Boy. Yep. See, look. What did I say? They put the health of the weapon at the bottom, and that split allows you to It allows you to split the screen here and then draw this to the background and not use sprites. All right, we can, let's add that to the list. Create a horizontal meters and split background. That's fine. I needed to add I was planning on having a split for the screen at the top anyway, so that works. I think they actually, did they, wonder why it's there's two things on top of each other. Huh. Interesting. All right, so it looks so good. I have some of this background stuff too. Looks so good. It's so Mega Man. Oh, is the other artwork? I could just probably use all this stuff. Who made this? Quint. Game Boy Super Mario Brothers. That's weird. Yeah, I don't have a Rush. My boys would appreciate if I had Rush. Yeah, nostalgia looking at all those covers, right? How do I want to... Hold on, let me get Pixel Vision 8. Lua demos. I have a demo that shows the split screen stuff in this tile map. Let's see, where's the code? How do I draw the background? Yeah, here we go. All right, so we'll just what we're gonna do is leave that. That's cool. Then we can turn these. We can make these into tiles, and this whole thing will work out pretty well. I can actually just draw them directly into the tile map. All right, so what we're gonna do is let's get rid of this redraw display, and we'll just call it clear, and then scroll position. All right, so we're going to do scroll position X, scroll position Y. This should be the same Game Boy resolution. All I need to do is get the HUD height. And what did I set this to? 16 here. Let's see if that gives us a split at the top of the screen. There we go. So that'll give us the split. We can put it at the bottom and make it, and really make it look like the original Mega Man on the Game Boy. I want to, before I get into all that, let's see if we can actually just add in the, where's our player? Configure player data energy equals 8. Equals 8. And what we'll just do is every time we shoot, we'll check the player's health and make sure that he can actually shoot, or his energy. So if player energy is greater than 0, then I don't know what the hell I'm listening to. I have this like TGIF. Is that what it is? Is that the playlist? Yeah, TGIF, but it's like, I don't know, like it's like this weird mix of just like poppy trap stuff. I don't know. I don't even understand trap music. What the hell am I listening to right now? It sounds like it's stuttering, but it's not. Stargazing by Kygo, whatever the fuck that is. Whatever. My taste in music is like completely nosedived as I've gotten older. All right, so what we're gonna do is if the bullet was able to shoot, we'll set this equal to energy -1. You'll get 8 shots. What we could do is let's do this. Energy total 16. 16, and we'll do a neat little trick here. We're gonna set the player energy. We're gonna pass in player energy divided by 2. I think I need to seal this. Oh, God. Adam's, like, autocomplete has become, like, really bad over, like, the past few invisible updates. I hate software that, like, invisibly updates. There we go. Look at that go. Bam. Now you're out of you're out of ammo. What are you gonna do? Oh, you're screwed. That's what you're gonna do. Okay. So that worked out pretty cool. So now when we spawn energy packs, there's actually a reason to have them. Let's see. Can we fix this? First off, let's set this to 3 so we can get our debug text back. What I'm kind of thinking of doing is having 2 splits, where at the top you'd have text, and then that like says your score and stuff, and at the bottom it would give you the life bars, and then I can make the life bars a lot bigger, which would be kind of cool too. Oh, I'm like, why is it not shooting? Let's do that. Let's see if we can add another split in here at the bottom. Going crazy with that screen split. Here we go. I think we just do minus the HUD. What is draw tile map is columns, rows, offsets. No. We want the offset to stay the same. We just want to subtract math dot seal. Oh my God, stop that. I already typed out the word math. Math dot seal. I think this is like the Lua plugin I'm using. No, this is stupid. I can't do this with, I can't do this on every frame. 15, 14, 13, maybe 13 or 12. So then what we'll do is we'll put the health bars at the bottom, and then the score text at the top, and we should be good to go. What I want to do is I want to fix the scroll position. Minus 16. 112 minus 16. 96. I should have known that. Building out like all this stuff for these old systems, I gotten like so good at like, whoops, plus 32 at figuring out like multiples of 8s because everything is 8-bit. There we go. Look at this. Bam, 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 bam. All right, this is looking pretty cool. So we'll have like a little score at the top and like a level something or other. And then the health and meter bars at the bottom. I mean, the other thing is that they are small enough that I could put them vertically. What are they? They're two. Like what I could do, well, I don't know if I have enough text for something like that. What I'm thinking is like maybe maybe I just have a HUD that's like three tiles tall at the top. Nah, this is gonna look like crap. That's not gonna work. Let's see if we could just make these. I have to redesign this a bit. This is where like Andrew was like, "Stop touching my sprites. You don't know what you're doing." I feel like what I want to do is first off, this should be wider. Image, edit, transform, horizontal, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then this guy. Let's see. We'll move. Move that there. Photoshop is like driving me nuts. It is so slow right now. All right, before I optimize this guy, what I want to do, let's just pull this out. I think that's sort of like the last thing I want to do for the night is just get these, get the health bar worked out. Let's just get this here to make sure that we have this correct. So this is the current width of it. And what I want to do is get this into a single, or get them into two. All right, so there was one thing I want to do. I need to move this up. And this, he had a, Andrew had like this extra shadow to it. So let's just, okay. Whatever. I have like no patience for Photoshop and its stupidness right now. So we have this drop shadow. And the only reason I'm using Photoshop is because I was like I still use slices and smart objects. For what I'm doing here, I should just be using Aseprite. All right, so this is good in here. What I just need to do is come up with a new way of. My biggest concern is I need to lay this out. Hold on, I need to see what the hell I'm doing here. We'll just take a screenshot real quick, and then we'll do it over that. I will say, It's taken me about 2.5 years to build Pixel Vision 8. And I built it specifically to do game jams. And it is not disappointing. Like, all this stuff that I normally do, like I would fight Unity and all this stuff, like it's working pretty damn well. I'm really happy with what's going on. Let's do this. I'm going to let's see. We'll have some text up here centered. That'll basically be like your score and stuff. And then down here we'll do the health bars. But what I want to see is, can I combine text and the health bars? Now, I think Photoshop is just like having a conniption with this, whatever this. I gotta copy it with the mask on so I can see. So, all right, we can get this here, and that looks good. We would have, so let's see, we had this, and right, like we'd have his health. I haven't decided if I want to do lives yet. But what I could just do is I could just use these things here as icons, which I sort of like better. So that you sort of just have this like context as to what this is. I would probably, maybe I would even cut out this crap. How did I lose that color? There we go. So if I did something like this here, and then we had the health bar there, that looks like it could work. Where does this end? So this is the only problem, is that putting this guy here is going to butt right up against this, but I can move this over. Right, so I move that over to there and get this in here. Like, I don't mind, like, I've done a lot of stuff right now where I just was sort of laying things out, but where I was just like winging it, but right now I gotta really just make sure I can get this right. Because then we get something like this. So we get the health, we get the energy, and then we could just do the score. So, because I don't like losing all this screen real estate. Let's see, what can we do here? What font am I using here? I think I'm using Monocons. Of course, you can't see it because it's on the stupid same background color. 8. I mean, we could do something like this, right? Like where we get let me just color this real quick. Then we'll get the full effect, right? That wasn't what I was going for, but so we would have something like this for the health bars. I'll probably bring this up one more. And then here for the text, I would probably just pull out this and do a drop shadow. Drop shadow, 100%, normal. We would pull out like this green. And I would, oops, I gotta set all this out. Distance, 0, size, spread. There we go. So I don't know, I would do something like this, right? And, you know, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, I could spread this out, and then at least what we'd wind up with is a HUD at the top, which, a HUD at the top, and I mean, that looks, you know, it looks not bad. The other thing I'm just thinking of real quick is if I pull this out. So what you got to understand is that that there's a natural background here. I mean, I think it looks something like, let me see here. Should be something like this. Right, where, well, if I change the scroll to here, and all this crap, we can just, so like that's what the game would look like. I actually kind of like it better like the original Mega Man. I mean, the only thing I don't like is that these health bars and stuff are, they're so short. Like, I feel like I want that to be like twice the size. Let me play with that real quick. So if we did this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, two, 1, 2. I mean, I can just do this however I really want. But so I think that's what I'm looking at. Close the door. I might just wind up, I think my oldest just came up, so I have a feeling they're getting ready for bed soon. So I think that's sort of the comp that I'm looking at. I probably just knock this stuff out tomorrow. Stuff like this is pretty easy to draw into the background layer. And then I can just go through and figure out how many of these I need to draw on top of it. I think that looks good, right? And then what we'll just do is, as we're going through and playing the game, you'll just have your scoring. All right. That's hard. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's save this as a HUD comp v1, and I'll put it into the sandbox so I don't lose it. Actually, I could probably just save it as a PSD, which would save me some trouble later on. HUD comp v1. Cool. All right, I think that's good. So we made a little bit more progress. I'm not going to save that. I'll come back and I'll clean that stuff up tomorrow. It's not worth my time. But basically, so we got the split screen logic in. We have a little bit more of a challenge where you can't use all your energy. We got the bad guys in. They're taking off health. In fact, we have two different types of projectiles. So that projectile takes off more health, and then these guys take off health. As we shoot, we run through our ammo supply. And then when the player dies, we can just simply, it stops the game. And we can restart everything. Cool. All right, I like this. I think I've made enough progress today to like feel like I can handle this tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to stream in the morning. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna get up early tomorrow, and I'm gonna clean up the HUD, and I'll get all that stuff working. And then once I'm done with that, what I should do is I should version control this guy, but yeah. What's the worst that can happen? Let's create an archive of this. V3. And yeah, so tomorrow I'll be back streaming the best I can. I think my wife's going to the gym early in the morning, so when she gets back, I'll start streaming. And I'll go through, I'll get, we got enemies working. We added in, we're able to kill enemies. We added in an energy meter to limit that, and we created horizontal meters and split the background. Well, we just started working on that. So I think we're good to go. So that's my stream. If you're watching other people doing Ludum, wish them luck. Strangely enough, I'm not too stressed, but I have a feeling like tomorrow is going to be a long day, and Monday I'm going to stream all day as I wrap up my game. So we'll see how far I get there. So thanks everyone for watching, and see you tomorrow.